Good day, sir. I am Arson Cianino from BSMT1 Dubai. Welcome. In today's video, we're diving into some fundamental concepts in naval architecture and ship stability. We will explore the key forces and principles that keep a ship afloat and ensure it behaves predictably in the water. Specifically, we'll discuss buoyancy and how the center of buoyancy affects stability, the crucial relationship between the center of gravity and the metacenter, and how these factors lead to the important concept of metacentric height. We'll also look at righting arms, the forces that help a ship right itself when tilted. These concepts were not just theoretical, they directly influence how a ship behaves in the real world, from the design process to real-time handling in rough seas. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of these principles work together to keep ships stable and safe. Let's get started. The first example is the buoyancy. Buoyancy refers to the upward force that a fluid or water exerts on a submerged or floating object, such as ship. It's what keeps the ship afloat. Illustration. Imagine a ship floating on water. The weight of the ship pulls it down, but the water pushes up with an equal and opposite force. The buoyant force equals the weight of the displaced water. If the ship displaces more water than its own weight, it stays afloat. Implication. Without sufficient buoyancy, the ship would sink. The distribution of the force affects the ship's stability. So I will show you the example of the Archimedes principle. This is the weight of the ship and this is the buoyancy force. The second is the center of buoyancy. The center of buoyancy is the point where the buoyant force can be considered to act. This point lies at the centroid, geometric center of the displaced water volume. Illustration. If you look at a ship's hull underwater, the center of buoyancy is the center of the volume of water displaced by the hull. For a symmetrical hull, this is typically near the middle of the underwater shape. The position of the center of buoyancy helps define the ship's stability. As the ship tilts, the center of buoyancy shifts, which affects the righting moment and stability. The third one is the center of gravity. The center of gravity is the point where the ship's total weight can be considered to act. This is influenced by the weight distribution of cargo, fuel, crew, and the structure of the ship itself. The illustration of the center of gravity is, for example, if you load a cargo at the top of a ship, the center of gravity will move upward. If it's low in the hull, it will stay lower. The position of the center of the gravity determines the stability of the ship. If it's too high, the ship becomes top-heavy and more prone to tipping over. If it's too low, the ship may be slow to respond to the tilting forces but is more stable. The fourth one is the height of center of buoyancy, KB. The meaning is the height of the center of buoyancy, KB, refers to the vertical distance from the keel of the ship, the lowest point to the center of buoyancy. Illustration. For example, if you imagine a line drawn from the bottom of the ship to the center of buoyancy, the height KB helps determine how the ship reacts to heeling or tilting. A higher center of buoyancy tends to make the ship more unstable, as it increases the heeling angle for a given force. A lower center of buoyancy is more stable. The next one is the height of the center of gravity, kg, meaning this is the vertical distance from the keel to the center of gravity of the ship. Illustration. If the ship is loaded with heavy cargo at the top, kg will be higher. If the cargo is lower, kg is also the lower. Implication. The higher the kg, the less stable the ship is. A low kg helps the ship remain upright, while a high kg makes it more prone to tipping over, especially in rough seas. The next one is the metacenter. The metacenter is the point where the vertical line through the center of buoyancy as the ship tilts intersects the center line of the ship. For example, when a ship heels over, the center of buoyancy shifts sideways. The metacenter is the point where a line from the center of buoyancy intersects with how the ship's center line, and it tells you how the ship will behave. The implication: if the metacenter is above the center of gravity, the ship has positive stability and it will return to an upright position after tilting. If the metacenter is below the center of gravity, the ship will capsize. So, I have an example of metacenter. So, this is the example. There are two examples of metacenter. The next one is the height of the metacenter, or km, meaning the height of the metacenter km is the vertical distance from the keel to the metacenter. For example, as the ship tilts, the center of buoyancy moves and the metacenter's height changes, influencing the ship's ability to right itself. The greater the distance between the center of gravity and the metacenter, the greater the righting force and the stability of the ship. Next one is the metacentric height, meaning the metacentric height is the vertical distance between the center of gravity. This is the example of metacentric height. There are the metacenter, the sea surface, the center of gravity, the center of buoyancy, and the roll of angle. For example, if the ship is tilted, the righting arm, a lever created between the center of buoyancy and the center of gravity, helps return it to upright. The distance gm directly affects this righting force. Implication: a large gm, high metacentric height, means a strong righting force, making the ship more stable. A small gm indicates weaker righting force and less stability. The last one is the righting arms. Righting arms are the horizontal distances between the center of gravity and the center of buoyancy when the ship is tilted. For example, when the ship is tilted, the line from the center of buoyancy to the center of gravity forms a lever arm. The longer this righting arm, the stronger the force that pushes the ship back upright. Implication: a ship with large righting arms is more stable and less likely to capsize. Smaller righting arms mean less stability, and the ship may be prone to dangerous heel angles. Implications for ship behavior. The stability. These terms all tie into how stable a ship is in water. If the center of gravity is too high, or if the metacentric height is too small, the ship will be prone to rolling or capsizing. For example, passenger ships. These ships are designed with a low center of gravity to ensure stability in rough waters. Their hull shape is also optimized for buoyancy, with a large volume of water displaced, ensuring they have enough buoyant force to remain afloat even if extreme conditions. Next one is the sailing vessels. On a sailboat, the metacentric height is carefully considered. If the GM is too small, the boat may capsize in heavy winds, whereas a large GM will make the boat more stable but potentially less responsive. In summary, understanding the relationship between these terms and their